Let's talk about how you feel about this election. Your group objected strongly to the Biden administration's handling of the war in the Mideast. It voted against Joe Biden during the presidential primaries. We are 13 days out from the general election, as you know. Have you decided whether you'll support Vice President Harris?
At the top of the ticket, I have decided that I will be skipping the top and focusing on candidates down ballot that align with my morals, align with my beliefs, that are champions of racial justice, climate change, and end to forever wars. And so my focus will be on the down ballot candidates here in Michigan.
Is there anything at this point that could change your mind? For example, would you accept anything short of an arms embargo on Israel?
What I would need to see from Vice President Harris's campaign is a promise that my homeland, my family members, people I care about in my community that have friends and family, not just in Gaza or in the West Bank and occupied Palestine, but also in Lebanon, in that entire region, that our family members and our loved ones are going to be protected. And we just haven't seen that.
And just to be very clear, would the only way that you would feel that way be an arms embargo?
It could look like an arms embargo, or it could just be, adopting a policy that is in compliance with our own international laws and our American laws that says we will not fund a foreign government that commits war crimes. And there has been evidence after evidence that Israel has indeed committed war crimes. And we should end that blind support in weapons funding to Israel. And I think there should be a more diplomatic process to ending the war on Palestinians.
Layla, your organization has warned about what you've called the dangers of a Trump presidency. Given that, why not vote for Vice President Harris and then work to hold her accountable once she's in the Oval Office?
For some of us, voting, for Harris as a priority to block Trump's extremism is priority. And there's going to be leaders and uncommitted voters that do cast a Harris vote. But there's also going to be voters like myself who are Palestinian, Arab American, and Muslim American, and honestly, a voter who just doesn't want to see my tax dollars used to kill men, women, and children, where, frankly, Vice President Harris' unwillingness to adopt a more humanitarian policy, she hasn't earned my vote.
I'm curious, what are you hearing from your friends, from your neighbors, from other folks in your organization? Are they also planning to leave the top of the ticket blank?
Some folks are going to be voting for Harris as a way to block Trump, which I think is very important because we know how dangerous the Trump presidency is going to be, not only those who are concerned with foreign policy, but also domestically. I know how dangerous he is going to be to our own domestic policies. But at the same time, asking voters, even for myself, just watching the images come out every single day from my phone, from my TV screen, just the devastation, the violence. For some of us, asking who we are going to vote for at the top of the ticket and be strategic about it is like asking who we're going to vote for while we are at a funeral. We are in a deep state of grief.
And it certainly does put into context how you feel. We only have about a minute left, but given what you are saying and given what you are hearing from your friends, families, colleagues, do you think Harris can win a state like Michigan?
I think it's going to be incredibly tough. It seems that Vice President Harris has decided, her campaign has decided to continue alienating a core constituency here in Michigan and decided to win this election in Michigan without the base, without her base that, many of us voted for President Biden in 2020. And it seems the signal that we've gotten from her and her campaign is that she is willing to risk that of a state like Michigan by continuing to alienate young people, Arab Americans, and Muslim.
All right, Layla Elabed, thank you so much for joining us.